Hi, this is Josh Kulp. This is the video for Daf Mem Aleph, page 41 of Masechet Kiddushin. First of all, congratulations on finishing the first chapter of Kiddushin. That is the longest chapter, I believe, in all of the Talmud. It's 40 daf, so we've been learning it for about 39, 40 weeks, which is almost a year. I don't need to tell you that. And it was a really interesting parak with a tremendous amount of information, a wide variety of subjects, sometimes very difficult. So congratulations on finishing it. We're basically halfway through the Masechet, even though we've only learned one chapter. We're moving on to the second chapter, and the second chapter begins with a discussion about how a man betroths his daughter. And I wanted to focus on the long part of this daf, which is about the institution of shlichut, of agency, because it's a really beautiful, well-constructed, rabbinic type of argument. I would say stamaitic, meaning put together by the late editors, compiled as sort of like almost like a dissertation, if you will, on the issue of agency. And when you look at the larger picture, which I would encourage you to do, is to sort of step out of the nitty-gritty discussions and look at the larger picture of this page and the next page. When you get to it, you'll see what really amounts to a dissertation on the nature of agency, on when people use agency, how do we know that one can use agency. And this is really a classic Talmudic sugya in its structure, in its topic, asking a question that we find Chazal asking very frequently. We know that something exists. We know that people have the right, and we see this all the time, that people appoint agents, someone else, another human being, to do an act on their behalf. But how do I take a power that was given to me by God, by the Torah, by society, however it might be, and turn that over to another person, such that that person's legal acts have legal consequence when they're done on my behalf? That's the kind of question that legal thinkers wonder about, and rabbis were legal thinkers operating in their own unique type of manner, going through a wide variety of sources. And if you look through the sources here, they're actually really there's really two main sources, which could be broken down into two other sources or issues. There's divorce and betrothal, and then there's truma, food given to the priests, and the Pesach or sacrifices, Pesach being emblematic of sacrifices. All of these things seem to be things that were commonly done by agents, by a person appointing an agent, whether it's because they're shared activities such as eating the sacrifice, whether they're because they're activities we engage in with things that are far away from us, such as giving truma, or with people who live far away from us, such as divorce and betrothal. These are actions that are often done by an agent, and they're also actions that are beyond the normal economic realm. It seems quite clear to the rabbis that a person can sort of give his money to another person to act on his behalf. But when it comes to truma, poof, you've got some food, and poof, you call it truma, and now it's holy. You're married, if you're a man, you're married to a woman, poof, you're not married to her anymore. Or you are not married to her, and that word again, poof, you are married to her. An animal is just a regular, old, ordinary sheep, goat, cow, whatever it is, and poof, it's holy, right? These are things that are done by words, and how can someone else's words work for me? This is a classic, as I said, a classic structured rabbinic type of argument. It's not one that you'll see that like amoraim, sages, are actually participating in, but rather the words of sages, the words of Tanaim and amoraim are used throughout to build this carefully constructed argument. So I hope you enjoy the discussion. It goes on beyond this page, goes into some sub discussions. There's also, I should note, as far as the redaction of the Babylonian Talmud, it's quite typical for the opening sugya of a chapter, the opening passage of a chapter, to be quite long and discursive, as this, for the most part, is. So enjoy, and as always, please ask your questions on the Facebook page.